Hi, my name is Jackie and welcome back to my channel. Today I am continuing on with the Countdown to Summer box by Tea Thoughts, and we are on day 5. And this is another tea that I'm going to explore with my Gaiwan, and actually I need to go get a cup. Can't drink tea without a cup. So today we are sipping another, I think it's another yancha. And so we are drinking what I believe is pronounced Shui Xian. And this says it is a oolong from the Wuyi Mountains with a honey fragrance. So I really love oolongs with honey notes, so I'm really excited about this. So let's go ahead and dive into it. And here we have the packaging. This is another tea from Old Ways Tea. And this looks like it has a harvest date of 2015. And you know what? I am actually just going to use this entire bag. It's about 7.5 grams almost. And that's what I'm going to use in my Gaiwan today. I forgot the part where I sniff it and where I put it in a warm Gaiwan. Let's go ahead and smell it now though. So this is already very different from the Wuyi Oolong that we tried a couple days ago. It smells burnt. Like burnt wood. Burnt wood? Definitely burnt. All right, Infusion One. Yeah, I definitely messed up. I didn't even show you what the leaves look like. I just like jumped right in here. Oh my goodness, what is wrong with me? Yeah, I get more fragrant, like more burning fragrances. Like it's like the cup smells earthy, but definitely like burnt leaves or burnt wood, burnt logs. It smells a bit like a fireplace. I'm kind of nervous about trying this. Like the smell is off-putting, but I have to, I like to remind myself that like when I'm exploring a tea like this, it's not about do I like the tea, do I dislike the tea? It's about accepting the aromas and the fragrances and the mouthfeel and sensations as they are, which can be challenging sometimes, but that's how I try to approach tea like this. I'm just jumping all over the place here. It's a Monday. I'm filming this on a Monday. It probably won't go up until Thursday, but just keep in mind today is Monday. This is quite a bit darker than, well, it's a lot darker on film. It's not quite this dark. But this is quite a bit darker than the golden peony that we drank a couple days ago. This is like a brown color, like a medium brown color. So so this is probably like my 3rd or 4th yancha that I've tried this year, but it's unlike any kind of tea I have ever tried so far. So sort of like with the golden peony that I drank a couple days ago, one of the first things that I noticed is it's kind of astringent. Like my tongue feels very dry, very dry. I'm also getting something sort of tangy like on the sides of my tongue. I don't know what that is yet. I've not experienced that with the tea, I don't think. And it's like burnt. It tastes like how burnt wood smells. This was intimidating. The smell of the leaves was really intimidating, but this is actually really nice. I mean, it's kind of weird to say that something that tastes burnt tastes nice, but it kind of is. I mean, it's pretty subtle, It's not like charred piece of toast, but yeah, I mean, like burnt logs or something. I notice as I continue to talk and like air moves across my tongue, it kind of transitions into something that's sort of fruity, but I don't know what kind of fruit, or do I? Like maybe it's Bing cherries? I think it's Bing cherries. All right, Infusion Two. It's fairly comparable to the first infusion. The most noticeable note is still that charred aroma. And again, I'm getting this sensation of something tart on the side of my tongues towards the back. And then as I continue to talk, and as like air moves across my tongue, it almost tastes like stalks of grass, like stalks of tall grass. When you chew the end of it, how it's kind of has that sour grass. I mean, it doesn't taste grassy. It's more of like that. It's more. I don't even know how to describe. It's not grassy, and yet it reminds me of chewing on tall grass. Okay, I'm gonna dive into Infusion 3, and then I'm probably gonna go reboil my water. I'm gonna say cup 3 is actually really consistent with the cup I just drank, cup 2. Although the charred burnt flavor, the charred burnt aroma is becoming more subtle with these infusions. I mean, I think for me the most exciting thing about this cup so far is well, one, I've never had a tea that tastes charred before, that tastes burnt. I mean, that's just really interesting. But I think it's like really interesting how the flavor changes so drastically. It goes from something that's like burnt to something that's like vegetative and alive. That's interesting to me. That's interesting. All right, Infusion 4. It smells like how velvet feels. I, there's an obscure note for you. I don't know how else to describe it. It just smells like how velvet feels. I normally don't indulge in sessions with my guy one Monday through Friday because I always feel really pressed for time, which is a shame because just this process of taking a couple extra seconds to smell the lid and to smell the cup, to, you know, pour water in here and move it into a fill cup or move it into this cup multiple times. It's sort of just like this really meditative practice. I always feel, I know this is going to sound really weird, but if I'm not being productive Monday through Friday, even Saturday and Sunday, I feel guilty. I feel guilty like I'm not doing enough. And I feel guilty allowing myself the time to sit down and explore a tea like this during the weekday. I mean, it sounds silly. Everybody else makes time for it. I should too, because I just feel really at peace right now. So like, I feel like this has a little bit of energy in it, and I don't know how else to explain it, but like, my teeth feel really heavy right now. My cheeks feel really heavy right now. My eyes feel kind of a little bit dry and sort of like they're just floating. I just feel super calm right now. I know I talked about in my Golden Peony video a couple of days ago how I love when when my tea tasting notes move out of the realm of like taste and scent into memory, but I also really, really love when like tea gives me like body feeling. I don't know how else to describe it. That's another sign of like a really good tea. One that just like makes you feel like you're melting into the floor, Like I've had some raw puers that like make it feel like I have TV static in my cheeks, and like I swear I can feel it all the way down into my toes. Like it just feels like I'm vibrating, like I'm just humming. And this is sort of having just like a similar effect. But it's been a minute since I've had a tea that has made me like feel this way. So I'm just really loving this experience right now. This is a tea that's triggering two really distinct and really like unrelated memories. The first one is definitely rooted in autumn, and for whatever reason, like I'm in Ohio, and it's autumn time. It's a little bit cool, and I'm like in second grade, specifically second grade, because it is triggering this memory of me in the back of my Girl Scout leader's truck, and there's like, 6 of us girls, and it's one of those trucks. I don't know what kind of truck it is. I mean, it's a truck, and we're sitting in the truck bed, but there's like a roof covering over top of it, so like nobody can fly out of it. But yeah, we're just like all sitting in the back of the truck being transported from school to our troop leader's house, and I know it's autumn time because the Oreos with the orange filling, that's what we're eating. But it's also triggering a less specific memory of still in Ohio. And I'm at my grandfather's house. I remember he had like a really, really, really steep like gravel driveway. And like at the end of the driveway was a river, especially now towards the tail end of the leaf. Almost sort of like this earthy mineraliness that reminds me of like sort of like what the riverbed on a hot summer day is like, just sort of like earth and pebbles and river water. It also makes me think of like late summertime after it hasn't rained for a long time, and just sort of how the dry grass and the dry ground smells, and I know they had like this really old barn building that had all of this old like tractor equipment, sort of like old barn and dusty tractors. Oh, see? I'm just bypassing the fairness cup now. I'm loving this tea. I am loving this tea. I was intimidated at first because it just smelled so burnt and so ashy. But this has been such a joy. Like this is a tea, I mean, just because of how it's affecting me, like this is a tea that I would love to experience again. I think I'm going to indulge in the rest of this off camera. I don't even know what infusion this is anymore. I feel like I took it pretty far already, but I feel like I have another 2 infusions out of this. I notice it's definitely becoming significantly lighter compared to the first infusions. I will say though, this was supposed to have a honey fragrance, and I never got a honey fragrance. I'm not mad, like at all. Clearly I'm not mad, but I guess just surprised. I always wonder, like, if when my tasting notes don't match up to somebody else's, like what did I do wrong? What did I do wrong in steeping or in training my palate to not get the same aroma experience as somebody else? So there we have it. Day 5. It was this Shui Xian oolong tea. This was such an experience for me. I mean, it gave me the body feels and it gave me like the emotional feels. So this was like a really complete tea drinking experience. This is one of those reasons why you should check out the boxes that Nazanin curates. Just she introduces you to so many interesting teas and products, and I honestly, this is probably not a tea that I would have thought to explore myself if not for this box. Because when I was reading about it online, it talked about how it had that burnt flavor, and I mean, who wants to drink burnt tea? I now know that I like to drink burnt tea. I mean, I guess that kind of makes sense. I love lapsang souchong. Have you ever tried this oolong before, this Shui Xian oolong? If you have, let me know what you think about it in the comments below. If you have a particular yancha that you really love indulging in, let me know what it is. I would definitely love to explore more oolongs from the Wuyi region. And as usual, if you enjoyed this video, please consider liking and subscribing, and I hope to see you guys again soon. Bye.